Hi everyone, I am Mark and I'm new here to YouTube. I am a big fan of haul videos, so I was like, why not make my first video a haul video? So this is what we're doing. So we've got about a dozen or so plants that I've got from Etsy, eBay, Ecuagenera, Green Spaces from Indonesia, Craigslist, you name it. I've sourced my plants from everywhere. I've recently became plant obsessed, and this is only a portion of some of the plants that I've gotten within the past 6 weeks. So if you want to see the other plants or see more, please let me know. But let's get started. I'm going to start off with this beautiful big beauty here. This is a Philodendron Soderoy. It's currently sitting in perlite because when I got it, the seller had it sitting in sphagnum moss and it was soaking wet. So I was like, that doesn't look right. So I actually took it out of sphagnum moss, inspected the roots, and the roots were rotted, heavily rotted. So I removed all the roots and the rotted roots, and then I placed it in perlite, and that was about a month ago. And now, in the past 2 weeks, I say a week or so, this spike started coming up, and the petiole was exposed, and then the leaf. So every day it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think within the next week or so, we're gonna have a new beautiful leaf on this Soderoy. Next is my Anthurium magnificum. I think that's what it is. It's probably some type of hybrid. It's very rare to find anything like these velvet anthuriums to be a pure species because a lot of them are just hybridized. Some will show more characteristics of the parent plant than the other, but this one shows probably more characteristics of the parent plant magnificum. But it might be pure magnificum. I'll never know unless because it's been sourced from eBay and I don't know where they source their plants. So, but it's beautiful. The petioles are square, and then the anterior lobes look characteristically of a magnificum. So if it looks like it smells like it, it's probably a magnificum hybrid. All right, next one is this beautiful Anthurium warocquenium. Unfortunately, this is not my first one, but this is my first one with leaves. The first one I ordered was about 3 weeks ago, and it wasn't until a week and a half ago that I received it. Unfortunately, it got misrouted from Florida to Indiana, and then Indiana to Illinois. And the latter two places are freezing and have snow on the ground. So unfortunately, that warocquenium arrived cold damaged, and it's just a trunk sitting in soil. So hopefully that recovers. I might do a progress video on that. But I was very sad, so I actually got this baby here. I got this from Jay Vanini, who is actually a well-known plant breeder. So this is an F1 seedling of a warocquenium. So I'm getting to a point, I'm very new to the hobby, but I love knowing where my plants are coming from. So I think I'm gonna buy more plants from him. And unfortunately those cost a little bit more. So I'm gonna save up for some of his plants. This is the Queen Anthurium. If you've got a queen, you've also got a king Anthurium as well. This baby is beautiful. It grows a lot longer and has got these beautiful ripples, very, very, very beautiful ripples. And it's like having abs. Don't know how that feels right now, but it's got these beautiful, beautiful, I want to say bolete leaves, but right now it's got textured leaf, which is very beautiful. Similarly to that is Philodendron esmeraldense. It's got similar kind of patterning. It's another pendant type leaf. It's long. And you can see a lot of my plants are juvenile. I can't afford to buy any like large species or large specimens, but it's always nice to actually watch your plants grow. Like this one's a brand new leaf here. It's shiny and glossy and expect it to grow a little bit more, hopefully. And you see there's chopsticks. Some of these plant leaves were overlapping each other, so I just kind of put them and kind of training the leaves to go in that direction. And for the most part, it's worked for some of my plants. And I'm assuming because the plants are covered by other leaves, that leaf that's being covered is probably not photosynthesizing and getting energy. And so I was like, oh, let's find a way to do it, and chopsticks works really well. Another one in that kind of field house is a Philodendron Charnier. Call her Sharon. She's very, very, very nice. She's got these kind of long, another long pendant-like leaf. And this leaf right here is new, and I'm expecting her to grow a little bit as well. It's currently the smallest leaf, and it's not facing the right direction. She's kind of curved in this way, but hopefully she grows a little bit bigger. Next one is this one. Everyone probably knows what this is, I think. This is a Philodendron Ring of Fire, and another, it's a juvenile plant. Ashley got this one from an Etsy seller from Indonesia, and unfortunately it wasn't rooted very well. It had some roots, so I've had it sitting in water for a little bit. It grew some roots, and now I moved over to soil, and it's been in soil for about a week and a half now. It's doing, I wouldn't say well, hasn't done much, but it's not dying, so I think that's a plus. All right, next plant is this beautiful one. I think this is the most different leaf of the ones that I own. This used to be known as a Philodendron Goeldi, something like that. Now it's been reclassified to Thalmatophyllum sprucineum. It's beautiful because it comes out, actually knocked off one of the juvenile leaves, which wasn't shaped like this. But as it matures, it spreads into more leaves, and it kind of rounds into a circle of leaves almost, which is very beautiful. And when I broke this off, the leaves were very fragrant, like guava almost. So this is a very, very beautiful plant, and I'm very excited for this one to grow. Another one that I got from roots overseas, this is from Green Spaces ID, is a Syngonium podophyllum mojito or army. It was sold as army, but I think other people call it mojito. I'm not sure what the difference is, but I think it's beautiful. It came with a lot more leaves, but those were older leaves, and they yellowed, so I actually just cut them off, snipped them off. This one's also yellowing, but I think it's the next most mature leaf. It hasn't been doing much, but it's not dead. The camera stopped recording, so I have to get up and press re-record. Let's continue with this one. Everyone knows what this is. It's a pretty big, it's one of my bigger plants that I have. It is a Monstera deliciosa Thai constellation, and this was my second one, but the only one that's alive. The first one I got was a juvenile plant with one of my Indonesian orders. It was an order from Thailand. I didn't want to pay that much for a Thai constellation, and I was assuming I was getting a more mature plant. Unfortunately, that plant was very juvenile, and the seller tried to sent it over from Thailand to the U.S., and unfortunately, through that process, because it was a juvenile plant, it actually rotted. I tried to to rehabilitate it, but there wasn't much to rehabilitate. I'll show a photo right here of what it kind of looks like, or right here. Luckily, with some back and forth, the Etsy seller refunded me 50% of that 50% of that, so that wasn't too bad. But it's beautiful. Oh, I forgot what I said. Or got this from. This was from NSC Tropicals. I wasn't planning on getting a new Thai constellation, but I saw this on her website and on Enid's website, and she rarely has any things in stock because her business is booming and people want to buy her stuff. Um, so I saw this in stock and I said, I gotta have it, and now I have it. Um, Unfortunately, I've tried to bid on some of her other things that she has for auction, but they're just a little out of my price range. Next one is very special to me because I am Filipino, and this one is from Cebu Island. This is a Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue. I know this is one that a lot of people confuse and get mixed up with other pothos. Unfortunately, this isn't a pothos. It's not a Epipremnum aureum. What kind of differentiates it? It's got this like deep blue hue to it, and it's got like kind of this like deep veining. It almost looks like it's got chlorosis, but it's not. And a lot of the ones that you see that are being sold are actually more juvenile forms of it. And you can see this one's actually got a fenestration on it. It's got some holes, and it's beautiful. So this one costs a little bit more, but I intend on putting this on a moss pole and for it to climb up. This is the newest leaf here. It opened about a few days ago. Unfortunately, it was damaged when it was shipped, but it's constantly growing, and I think it might be the biggest leaf, so that is a good sign. And hopefully, when it's in the moss pole, it'll have some beautiful fenestrations like it has on this leaf. Whew. Almost done, almost done. All right, this one is a tiny, 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 tiny little baby. It is a Anthurium winlingeri. So it's one of the strap leaf anthuriums out there, and it's like dark green, beautiful, velvety, and what it's known for is actually its inflorescence. And inflorescence is like, it's like pigtail, like it's kind of swirled almost. I'll show a picture right here of what it looks like. And I think it's a quirky characteristic of it. It has a very similar relative, which is the Anthurium pendens. I'm actually working on trying to get that plant as well, because I've been into strap leaf and kind of long, lean leaves. This one's beautiful. Fortunately, it's hard to find, so this is the only one I could find a juvenile form. It's got a new leaf coming out, and if you're looking for something like another for an Anthurium winlingeri, I believe NSC Tropicals has a few more seedlings in stock. It's got a hefty price tag though. Then we're down to two more. This is a Monstera stanleyana, variegated. I've seen more variegated forms of this plant, like heavily variegated. This one's only got a few specklings, but it's actually, the newest leaf here is promising. It's got a very creamy color to it, and hopefully the variegation continues and it gets better over time. I'm definitely putting this one in a moss pole as well. It's wanting to climb up. So yeah, I think it's a very beautiful plant. And then I think we're off to the last one here. This is one of my favorite, and I think this is my newest plant here, and this was a very spontaneous and unplanned purchase. I'm from Hawaii, and my family is in Hawaii. So because Hawaii has a lot of endemic species and native species, they're very wary of importing plants with diseases or invasive species. So a lot of sellers online don't actually ship to Hawaii. So I kept searching because my mom's in Hawaii and my mom loves plants. Like obsessed with plants. If you go to her home, it looks like a nursery. Probably more options too. So I found a website that sells from Hawaii, which obviously was shipped within Hawaii. And when I was looking for presents for her, some plants, she loves Hoyas, so I got her a bunch of Hoyas. I got her another hibiscus one. That's not like this one, but this is a hibiscus tiliaceus variegata, and this is called a how tree. This is actually native to Hawaii. I won't say that. It grows in Hawaii. So I found this one, and I was gonna get one for her, but they only had one in stock. So I was a little selfish and got this one for me. It's got a very, very nice heart-shaped leaf, and it's variegated. This is the most beautiful. This is one of the more variegated leaves it has. It's got a white speckling to it, and I see that the ones with the white variegation have like a pink petiole to it, and some other leaves are very beautiful. This one has some pink in it, which is very nice. Yeah, I'm excited for this to grow. I think this one I could put outside. It is a full sun plant, and I think it will thrive outside when it's not so windy. I actually had this outside for a moment in its nursery pot, and Monterey is very cold and windy at the moment, and it toppled over. So I was like, ooh, I've got to put this in a more substantial pot, and that's what I did today. But beautiful, beautiful plant. I think that's it. I have a lot more plants that I kind of want to share with you guys. So if you want to see more of part 2 of this video, please let me know in the comments below. I look forward to sharing more videos with you, some tutorials, and sharing my love for plants. I know it's a new obsession, but it's not a bad obsession. I'm looking to collect some plants and more plants, and then getting to know some more of you people in the plant community. So looking forward to being part of this community. And if you're interested in following kind of updates on these plants, you can follow me on my Instagram at Mark Henry, which is my first name, Mark. Just call me Mark. Right now, it's not a lot of plants. I haven't been very active on social media, but I intend to post more about plants because I love them. Like, love plants. Love them. So, until my next video, I will see you guys again.